Is Weapons the horror movie of the summer? I don't know if I'm the person to ask, but I'm gonna answer anyway. Welcome to Animated Discussions. My friends call me D, and today she cut my hair. Marcus, I think she cut my hair.
This is where the story really starts.
At 2:17 a.m. one morning, 17 children, all from Miss Gandy's third grade class, left their homes without a word, leaving only Alex, Miss Gandy, and the whole town wondering where did they go. This movie stars Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, Carrie Christopher, and was written and directed by Zach Krager.
I love those kids.
Not to be confused with the 2007 blockbuster starring Nick Cannon with the same name that has a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. Weapons is Zach Krager's second horror film, his first one being Barbarians in 2022. And I think a few people were wondering if Zach would actually hit a sophomore slump or not. I think we can all confidently say that was not the case. This is coming from someone who doesn't watch horror and was bullied, yes, bullied, into watching this movie. I present Exhibit A as evidence. I'm looking at you, Schmitty. Though I have to admit he was right. Weapons was funny, engaging, well written, with great follow through on the plot points and tension up the wazoo. I had three favorite parts in it. So the first thing that I really enjoyed was the soundscape, guys. Terrifying. Terrifying. It was terrifying. I was folded up like a pretzel for most of the movie. You could close your eyes and just listen, and it was enough to scare everything out of you. And I say that as someone who did close my eyes for a good 5 minutes because I was just like, it was just, I don't like horror, guys. I'm just saying. So the soundscape was amazing. There was one moment where they made a sound choice that kind of took me out toward the end. And I think that was because I was so invested in the soundscape that by that time I was like, I don't really like that choice. But that was my only complaint about the soundscape. And I think that shows how good the rest of the soundscape was. At that one moment, it was like, why did we do this? Two, I love a braid. I love a good braid. And for those of you who don't know what a braid is, which is all of you because I made up the term right now, you're welcome. A braid is when they take multiple POVs and they kind of weave them together. They did such a good job with that in this movie. There were multiple POVs, so many POVs. I didn't expect that many POVs. And there would be a decision that someone made here that didn't seem important, and then it would come up in a different person's POV. And as a producer, I have a question about, was it filmed the same day? Was it all filmed at the same time because they had different angles? Or did they film it multiple times with different camera angles? I want to know how the sausage gets made. I just thought that was fascinating to me. I thought it was really cool. The third thing that I really loved was the camera work. I'm going to be straight with you guys. The first 10 minutes of the movie were actually my favorite. And that doesn't say anything about the rest of the movie. The rest of the movie was amazing. But what I loved about this is how they started with the camera work. It started very dark, and then later we were outside as observers, and then the camera brought us into the movie. And I really enjoyed how they did that. I thought that that was really cool. And I keep learning new ways about how to tell a story through camera. And I know that sounds dumb. Obviously, that's why we're here. We want to tell stories through camera. However, there I'm still learning, and that was something that I learned, and it was just really cool. I loved it. I loved it. Those are my top three faves. Also, if you know the actual word for the POVs that I just described, let me know. But I like the word braid. I think it's fun to use right now. As far as what didn't work in the movie, here's it's like one or two things. It's really not that much. One, again, that soundscape moment that just kind of took me out. I was like, this doesn't make sense here. That's not that big a deal. Two, there were some foreshadowing moments that I really enjoyed, and then there were some others where I was like, oh, this is a little too much. I feel like it almost gave us the answers a little bit, and I would have preferred to be a little more surprised. But I didn't really notice until the answer came later, and then I was like, oh yeah, you did kind of telegraph that. I just didn't really like that, but it wasn't terrible. And then the third thing is not even really a complaint. It's I had so many questions about the lore, the backstory, how we got here. And it wasn't as if they didn't flesh everything out. They fleshed everything out very well. I just wanted more, which I think says a lot, especially as someone who does not like horror. Let me change that. I love horror, but I am a coward. I am a chicken, and I wear that with pride.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
I understand who I am. I know my limitations. Horror movies scare me so much. So much. Overall, I give this movie 4 out of 5 tufts of hair, and that puts it as number 4 for the year of 2025. To answer my question from earlier, yeah, I do think it's the horror movie of the summer. I think they did a great job, and I'm really excited to see more of Zach's work. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if you agree or any thoughts you have on the movie, and hope you have a great day as always. See you later.